Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about some regional beast myths. We're going to be talking about two cryptids from two different continents. We're talking about Africa and Southeast Asia today. So if you're ready to hear about some African and Southeast Asian cryptids, let's get into it. First off, we're going to start with an African cryptid, and this one is called the Adogo. Now, the Adogo is a creature that comes from Cameroon, and there's actually multiple sightings of this animal. It's been seen many times in the region. This one has also been called the Devil's Dog, or the Cameroon Lion Dog. It's supposedly about the size of a large dog, but it has the body of a lion. And in some cases, it even has been described as having wings. Now, a lot of people have said that they believe that this animal might be a hyena, just because of the way that it looks. But the people who have seen this thing say that it does not act like a hyena at all. Hyenas are scavengers, and this animal is most definitely a hunter. It's very elusive. That's why we don't have any pictures of this animal. And it lives up in the mountains of Cameroon. One time, this animal got into a village and killed several domestic animals before it disappeared into the forest. It was able to kill these animals despite the fact that villagers tried to fight it off with machetes. So this thing is incredibly strong, and it supposedly makes a very haunting sound. Some say it sounds like a lion, and others say it sounds like a woman screaming in the forest. I personally would like to see one of these things. I think it would be really cool to see an actual lion dog running around in the forest. But if you ever go to Cameroon, keep your eyes open, because you never know what you might see. Next, we're going to talk about a beast myth from Southeast Asia, and this one is called the Orang Pendek. The Orang Pendek is a cryptid that comes from the island of Sumatra. Now, there are many indigenous people who live on this island, and none of them have ever seen this animal during the day. They only see it at night, which is very interesting. The name Orang Pendek translates to short person, and these are said to be very hairy human-like creatures. Most of the people who have seen this animal say that it walks upright on two legs, and it has very long arms. Some say that its hands are webbed, and it kind of has a humanoid face. It's intelligent, it's very elusive, and it doesn't want to be seen by humans. People say that it leaves these strange nests up in trees, and it seems to live up in trees. It's rarely ever seen on the ground. There was one incident where somebody did take a picture of this thing, but when it was shown to experts, they said that it was fake. A lot of people say that this thing is a type of orangutan. And to be honest, I kind of think that that's true as well. Orangutans are known to climb very high up in trees and stay up there for long periods of time. They can hang upside down for hours and hours. And maybe that's where this myth came from. Maybe it's just orangutans hanging out in trees, and the natives thought it was something else. Nobody knows for sure. This animal has never been caught, so we can't do any sort of DNA testing and figure out what it actually is. If you go to Sumatra, though, keep your eyes open for the Orang Pendek. And if you ever see it, please try to get a picture, because that would be really cool. Next, we're going to talk about the Adogo, and this is another African cryptid. And this one is said to be from Nigeria. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this one before because there's a famous video clip that shows one of these things walking through the jungle. It's big, it's hairy, it's bipedal, and it's very elusive. Some people say that it's a type of Bigfoot, and others say that it's just a bear. A lot of people say that it looks like a gorilla, except for the fact that it stands on 2 feet. It's about 7 feet tall and covered in brown hair. It has sharp claws and teeth and a very loud roar. This is another animal that we don't have any pictures of except for this one grainy video. And a lot of people say that the video is fake. Personally, I think it's real. I think we just need more evidence. Now, this thing was supposedly seen by gold miners, and they claimed that it was stealing their gold. It was taking their gold and throwing it into the river. Now, gold miners work very hard to find gold. So this probably enraged them, and that's how we got so many stories of this animal. Maybe it was just a bear trying to get away from humans, but who knows? The Adogo is yet another one of those extremely elusive animals that nobody has been able to track down and catch. It's just a very smart, shy animal that stays away from people. And because of that, we don't know what it is. And our last cryptid today is going to take us back to Africa once again, and this one is called the Mokele Mbembe. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this one as well. It's very similar to the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland. Basically, people claim that it's a dinosaur, and it lives in a lake. It's 20 to 30 feet long. It has a long neck, and it's green. The locals have been calling this thing the dinosaur. That's because they believe that it's an actual dinosaur that lived in the lake for thousands of years. Now, there are many pictures of this thing, but again, they're all very grainy. And a lot of people say that this is just a giant snake. A giant snake is pretty scary to me. So if I saw this thing, I would run away. A lot of people say that this thing was seen by missionaries, and the missionaries were scared because they believed that it was the devil. In reality, it's probably just a giant snake. But who knows? It could be a plesiosaur or something like that. Again, we don't have any physical evidence of this thing, and that's why we can't really say what it is. It could be anything from a giant snake to a plesiosaur. It could be anything. The problem is we don't have any solid proof. All we have are stories and pictures that could easily be fake. Now, I talked about a few cryptids today, and I also gave you guys some tips on where to look if you wanted to go and try to find them. Cryptids are always fascinating to me, and I love hearing about them. Some of them seem very realistic and others seem far-fetched, but that's why we call them cryptids, because nobody knows what they are. Do you believe in cryptids? Do you think that these animals exist? Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure to leave a like on this video, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.